What is going on, everybody? I'm your average gamer. As always, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I am beyond stoked to finally bring you a God of War Ragnarok video. I am a huge fan of this series, so playing this game is amazing. I'm having a good time. I do try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible, but if you're the type of person, such as myself, that wanted to go in as blind as you could, not know anything, not even the littlest detail, I would click off this video, to be completely honest. I won't talk about the story other than how I feel about it, but the combat is kind of different in that aspect. I haven't beaten the game yet. Okay, I don't know what really happened, so I'm only going to talk about the combat, which is something I liked to do in the 2018 God of War. Is one of my favorite things to play because of that reason, and I want to compare that to this game. Anyway, the companions that you fight with in this game might be spoilers, so that's pretty much what I'm trying to get at. If you're trying to go in here spoiler-free, like I said in the beginning, don't watch, you know, but the stuff that you will experience on your own when you play this game is nothing in comparison to this video, so I'm basically not spoiling anything, pretty much, I promise you. Like, as soon as you think you have it all figured out, strap yourself in, you're going in for a ride. This game is incredible. It is going to win Game of the Year without a doubt. I'm saying that, and I haven't even beaten the game, you know, so again, like, I'm not going to talk about the story in that regard, but the 18 hours that I put into this game is amazing. I try to focus on the combat as much as I can, but there's so much beauty in this game where the 18 hours is me more just walking around, observing everything, you know, slow walking, listening to conversations, everything, you know, it's just taking my sweet time with it. That is exactly what you need to do when you play this game. No exceptions. Enjoy it. Just have fun, okay? I do plan to play this game on Give Me God of War, but on my first experience on any game, I always just play on the medium difficulty, you know, because I don't want to stress myself out. I'm trying to have a good time playing this game. The combat does kind of challenge me a little bit, but again, as somebody that put a bunch of time into this game, you do have some of the same dodge mechanics and stuff like that. A lot of stuff is different, right? So, like, don't think you're going to master it even though you've mastered the first game. Now, as this video goes on, my combat is going to improve. Yeah, I like to experiment a lot, so again, I also like getting hit. I talked about that in my other God of War videos, where I guess it depends, you know, I like to go flawless, of course, too, because it can be so clean, but sometimes an animation can be cool, I guess, or, you know, stacking your rage is good that way. There's so many different ways to play the first God of War, and there's even more ways to play this game, and that's what I'm having I don't know what I'm having such a great time with. There's just so much, okay? Like, there's literally so much that I'm just sitting here like, man, I'm in awe. Every single time something happens, and it's like, oh my goodness, like, it's so good. I do sit here and think of the replayability, and because there's sometimes where stuff is just dragging out time, and that's what I'm thinking about is as much as I'm enjoying this now, and I love this, and that's what I'm trying to focus on, but when I do it again, it's gonna suck. You know, because now I have to listen to it all again, and it's just so long, and at the same time, like, I still might be trying to appreciate it, but I'm going to play this game multiple times where, you know, I hope I'm able to skip some things. You know, I'm definitely going to watch so many things again, for sure, but that's my whole point, is that's the one thing that I'm scared about, is I replayed the first God of War a bunch of times, you know, over and over again, and there's just some scenes where it's like, you know, when you're walking through the light in that game, you know, and you're like, okay, let me just hold my stick and just keep going, and, you know, stuff like that, where I'm hoping that you're able to skip in this game. Now, for the main point of this entire video, the combat. Like I said, I put a bunch of time into the 2018 God of War. I got pretty good at it. The only difficulty I played on was God of War, like, basically as soon as I got really good at it, because I couldn't play on anything else because it was too easy. That's just how much time I put into the game, you know, like, that's just what I'm trying to say. I'm not, it's not a brag or anything by any means. I'm a freaking no-life, okay? For example, I put 18 hours into this game in 2 days. Okay, I'm going to put more, and this day's not even over. I started playing when this game got released. My back hurts from sitting in my chair, but dude, I can't, it's like I'm glued to it. It's too good. And one of the main reasons is the combat itself. Like, the changes are so welcoming to me. Like, I love them all. I can't dash punch, but I'm not trying to do that for another 4 years, so I'm glad that they kind of took that out of the game. I'm not entirely sure if it's out of the game. I haven't unlocked the entire skill tree, but from what I've seen, there isn't one. And again, I'm fine with that, okay, because I'm tired of doing it. Plus, the traversal in this game can be pretty cool. You're not swinging around like Spider-Man, but you're also not climbing on rocks 24/7. My favorite thing combat-wise that they've done so far, non-spoiler wise I guess, is for people that played the game, you know what I'm talking about, okay? But is the fact that in the 2018 God of War you had these runic attacks, right? And they somehow transitioned them into regular moves in this game that you can just kind of combo. And I'm not just spamming R1 or pressing R2, none of that, okay? Or an X for a perfect dodge. Yes, there is, again, similarities in this game, but the variety in combat is different. There's so many things where I'm still learning, where button commands are different, or, you know, the way that your frost axe charges is different, and the way it's used is different, but it's also so much more efficient, in my opinion. Everything in this game is so much more efficient and flashy. I welcome all of it. Again, I feel like there might be a very small amount of people that just can't get over themselves pretty much, but I love it. And anybody that disagrees, you know, usually I'm always open to their opinions, but not this time. This game nailed it. It really did. I haven't unlocked all the runic attacks or all the armors, so I can't sit here and tell you, what's the best yet. I will have a video for that in the future, but I also want everybody to enjoy the game. So like I said, I want to keep this as spoiler free as possible, so there might be an armor set that might spoil something. I'm not sure, or like who you have to fight to get it. I don't want to spoil that for anybody yet. I will give it some time, but I will make videos about all of that, so stay tuned for everything. The runic attacks that I have in this game, though, are super fun. There are a lot of new ones and a lot of similar ones from the 2018 God of War, but I welcome all of them because, again, they just feel completely different. They might have a different animation a little bit. Some of them are very, very similar, same name and everything. But the new ones I welcome 100%. Who doesn't like new animations? They're awesome. Speaking of animations, the executions in this game, oh my goodness. Yeah, you see some of the same ones on the same enemies. It's kind of like that, where it's like they have one or two different variations. But I'm fine with that. I'm really okay with that. The bosses in this game, woo! Oh my goodness, they took a page right out of the Michael Jordan meme and said, "You want to talk shit about the 2018 God of War bosses? All right." And they took it personal. That's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. Holy cow. That has been some of my favorite things in this game. Everything in this game has been my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. Every single thing that I've experienced, played, and anything that I've talked about has been top notch. If you've played this game, do not spoil it at all. I will delete your comment and I will block you. Okay, we don't need that. Nobody needs that. There's no reason to spoil it, at least in this video. Now again, I will make a video where it will be a bunch of spoilers. Talk to me in that one. Go crazy. I want your feedback. I want to know how you feel about everything, story, combat, everything. But just be kind to everybody else. Don't be that person that ruins, their experience. I'd be so upset if, somebody told me the ending of this game, after waiting 4 years to beat this game, or, a big reveal. That would, that I understand how frustrating that is. But back on the combat real quick, the last thing that I want to talk about is the variation. Again, I've said that word a lot because there is a lot of this in this game. Now, there's a bunch of variation with your Spartan Rage. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about any of them because I've only encountered one other one. I'm sure there's going to be more. But the way you use it is different. You have different shields, and they do different things, and that's super cool. And you can charge some up. And this game, what I absolutely approve of is they made it so defense is a huge part of this. It's not just a stat where you take less damage. It does things. It can even do damage in certain, builds and stuff so far that I've seen. I approve of everything. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I apologize if my mic sounds a little funky. I am going to get a new one. Everything that I have right now is getting broken, so that's super unfortunate, but I don't care because I'm having a blast playing this game. The world could be on fire around me, and my attention would still be on this game. It's too good. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I pray to God that you get to appreciate and enjoy this game and just experience. Anyway, I'm your average gamer. I love y'all, and I hope you guys stay smooth. Peace.